Welcome to Your Creative Chord podcast, where host Jenny Lee Hodgins, author and educator, shares unique insights dedicated to empowering your creative flow and inspired living. Through solo reflections and dialogues with creators and wellness experts, Jenny Lee shares holistic wisdom influenced by her Buddhist practice, alongside poetic insights and practical strategies for living authentically. This podcast helps you overcome challenges and unlock your full creative potential.
Welcome to Your Creative Chord, episode 85, From Overwhelm to Creative Flow, Lessons in Resilience, Boundaries, and Sustainable Action. If you're new here, I'm Jenny Lee Hodgins, creative empowerment coach and host of Your Creative Chord, where we empower your creative flow and inspired living. If you're a regular listener, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your support and engagement. Today, I'll talk about how I turned burnout, caregiving, and complex responsibilities into a practical approach to reclaim energy, set boundaries, and nurture sustainable creative flow. The rigorous training from life itself led me to my current role as a creative empowerment coach. The reality is that life is difficult. None of us are immune from challenges in our lives. And my Buddhist practice has especially awakened me to that fact, with the premise that we all experience the sufferings of birth, aging, sickness, and death. The whole point is that just by being alive, we encounter sufferings along with profound meaning and joy. My late mentor, Daisaku Ikeda, encourages me through his writings that battling against difficulties is what brings magnificent drama and meaning into our lives. And I don't mean drama, like, she's bringing drama into my life. No, I mean the magnificent story and drama of our life. So when we face these difficulties, as long as we're not defeated by anything or anyone, we're bringing meaning and a beautiful story unfolds in our lives. And we're the protagonist of that story. And I've also learned from Buddhism that literally everything has meaning and it trains you for what comes next. And my life has been constant training of various kinds, balancing my roles with creative projects in music, performance, teaching, coaching, book writing, product and content creation, as a community leader and as a caregiver for my mother. One of the most grueling of these was serving as president of my homeowners association. And at that time, the community was in serious disarray. Finances were mismanaged, systems were not working, and communication between condo owners, board members, and property management was broken. On top of that, I was navigating long-standing family dynamics that had instilled my deep tendency toward hypervigilance, people-pleasing, and overextension. It was a perfect storm: high stakes, complex relationships, and little margin for error. And I had to make critical decisions, often under pressure and dealing with many disrespectful behaviors, to stabilize the situation while maintaining my own sense of integrity and fairness. And there were moments where it felt like literally everything was against me. Critical deadlines, unresponsive systems, and high-pressure situations. I had to resolve long-standing financial mismanagement and property neglect, rebuild with new vendors and board team members, and create transparent processes and communication where none had existed or was dysfunctional. That time period in my life was exhausting and, frankly, quite overwhelming. At the same time, I had to navigate several losses of longtime friends and family members and my beloved 25-year-old cat while maintaining my own energy and caring for my mother's wellness. And that period entailed much beyond administrative challenges. It was a chapter that was a huge, profound lesson for me in human behavior, resilience, and self-management. This period really forced me to ask myself, how do I stay effective under stress? How do I protect my well-being while giving my best to contribute positively to others? Is what I'm doing now contributing to my personal joy and creative goals, or is it steering me away from those? And at that moment of self-reflection, I began to recognize the core practices that would allow me to act sustainably. One, cultivating clarity about what truly matters, my values, my priorities. Two, setting firm boundaries to protect my energy. And three, establishing structured approaches that keep me moving forward without overextending. These strategies became the foundation of how I would navigate both my personal and professional life moving forward. And as I shared in episode 80, I carried this wagon of multiple weights until I realized I was knee-deep in burnout. At that point, I resigned from community leadership to fully focus on my professional, creative, and personal goals. It was a solid and positive decision. Under my leadership as a united team, we had rebuilt our financial reserves, brought our property management back up to par, and established clear compliance processes and transparent communications. Stepping down from my leadership role empowered other board members to take responsibility. That period really pushed me to awaken to my personal tendency to overextend and to fully embrace my burnout recovery, boundaries, and reset strategies that I built into my online coaching courses, resources, and books. The insight I gained from these experiences is simple but powerful. Sustainable action comes from clarity, boundaries, and a structured yet flexible approach. I learned to focus on what I value, what I could control, developing systems that work for my sustainability, and letting go of what wasn't mine to fix. Whew, a lot of internal transformation and internal work. I especially learned the importance of healthy boundaries and refraining from overextension at the expense of my wellness. And wellness includes physical, mental, and spiritual balance. So this is not theoretical. I continue to live and practice it every single day. And the results aren't just survival, they're transformative. I've learned from real life applications what not to do and how to lead with integrity without sacrificing my energy and wellness. In the transition from that period, at the age of 60, I rebooted my podcast, Your Creative Chord, published 2 books, built my creative empowerment coaching program, and a related line of digital products to serve those experiencing burnout and creative blocks. From this chapter of my life, I realized that the same principles apply to creativity, personal growth, caregiving, spiritual resilience, and professional development. Whether it's navigating burnout, creative blocks, or life transitions, the core skills are the same. 1, knowing and committing to your priorities or values. 2, protecting your energy. And 3, creating systems, routines, and habits that support consistent progress. My goals are to contribute positively to serving others with creative encouragement while also maintaining my personal happiness. These goals are interdependent and fuel each other. I cannot authentically serve and lead you toward your creative, sustainable flow if I am depleted myself. The life lessons from my community leadership, ongoing caregiving role, difficult family dynamics, and growing my business directly inform what I offer you through Your Creative Chord podcast, my books, courses, resources, and my coaching program. Through each of these resources, I help you build sustainable creative flow without burning out, navigate burnout recovery, and rebuild sustainable creative energy, set boundaries that protect your energy, navigate life transitions with clarity and confidence, reconnect with your authentic voice and creative potential. And because I've applied these strategies under extreme circumstances in my personal and professional roles, I deeply understand the challenges my clients face. And I can guide you from overwhelm, exhaustion, anxiety, or struggle to empowerment in a way that's practical, tested, compassionate, and creatively aligned with your values. Feeling burned out, blocked, or disconnected, or maybe you're creatively curious but unsure where to start? My Creative Empowerment Coaching Program helps you rebuild trust in your unique creative process. I use my inspirational bookmark trio as a practical roadmap to help you reset your energy, nurture your creativity, and overcome obstacles. You'll gain clarity, self-compassion, and actionable strategies to confidently explore and express your creativity. Ready to ignite your creativity? Visit yourcreativechord.com/work with me to learn more and sign up today. As I've mentioned, my business is directly shaped by my personal life. Growing up in a family with complex dynamics taught me about resilience, patience, and the cost of overextending. My family upbringing trained me to navigate chaos with confident and calm leadership. But it was really the past 8 years that awakened me to my mission to stop overextending and instead function sustainably from within my true capacity for the happiness of both myself and others, not one at the expense of the other. I've learned the value of saying no without guilt and giving fully only when I have the energy and willingness to do so. I've experienced the difference between overextension and giving with a full heart and abundant energy. These lessons, combined with the profound wisdom and life state training from my nearly 4 decades long Buddhist practice, inform not just my coaching methods, but my approach to my life itself. In essence, what I teach my clients and in all my digital products, what I teach and practice is not just theory. It's the practical wisdom that I have gained through living and navigating high-stakes, chaotic situations. The results of these life experiences are what propel me to help you move from exhaustion, doubt, or creative block into a space of clarity, confidence, and sustainable action. That is the foundation of my work and what I hope to clarify with you today. Here are a few prompts for you to reflect on. When you feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or drained, or any negative emotion, pause and ask yourself, what do I need in this moment? Am I overextending? Do I have the energy and heart to contribute my best right now? When facing a difficult challenge now or in the past, ask yourself, how could I reframe this to help me grow my resilience, confidence, or capacity? Notice where you can protect your boundaries while still honoring your intentions and creativity. If this resonates with you, start by downloading my free creative empowerment sampler at yourcreativechord.com/get inspired here to help you clarify what matters, protect your energy, and take sustainable next steps that align with your values and capacity. For immediate support with burnout, grab my free Burnout RESET guide at yourcreativechord.com/burnout guide. And if you're ready for personalized support to apply these practices in your real life at your pace and within your capacity, I offer one-to-one creative empowerment coaching to help you protect your energy, clarify priorities, and move forward sustainably. You can apply now to work with me at yourcreativechord.com/work with me. Links are in the show notes. So until next time, honor your energy and the season you are in. Practice self-compassion and nurture joy, hope, and clarity for yourself as you pursue your creative dreams. And never give up on your joyful creative life. Your inherent creative flow is always waiting in your heart.
Thank you for listening to Your Creative Chord podcast. If you found inspiration in today's episode, please leave a review and subscribe to the show. Your support helps spread the message of creativity and inspired living. Stay connected with Jenny Lee and a vibrant community of creatives and curious minds. Visit yourcreativechord.com for more resources. Remember, daily life is where your creative flow begins. Embrace the journey.